All right, here we go. Second trip out of the house today. And inconsequentially, or rather insignificantly, I'll just say, I'm still not well. I thought I was. I went to the hospital earlier. My intentions were to get there early enough that I could change the channel on his TV. He's not comfortable, I think, doing anything with that remote because it's unfamiliar to him. Now, I know I took his glasses, and he should be able to see the TV a little better, even though it's probably farther away than it should be. But I thought if I can get there before 7:30 to get the Premier League on TV, that he would respond well to that. And then I remembered that visiting hours don't start till 8 a.m. So I scrapped that all together. I thought that early in the day, they're going to be doing, blood work and blah, 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 and all that stuff they're doing relentlessly to keep him from sleeping. So I thought, you know what, I could use the extra sleep too. I slept in till about 9, which really ended up not really being all that much. Was a little keyed up last night. Still, I might have got 8 hours of sleep. But anyway, like I said, I'm still not feeling well. But, so, I got over there shortly after 10. I'll say 10:15, maybe 10:20. Spurs match started at 10. They scored about 15 minutes in, which was about a minute after I got out of the truck. And VAR and all that was done. Yeah, so 10:20 at the latest. And he was asleep. His breakfast sitting in front of him. Looked like it hadn't been touched until I looked more closely and realized that he took one bite of grits. Now, my father likes grits. My father likes breakfast more than any other meal. Breakfast is by far his favorite meal of the day. But for some reason, it did not taste good to him today, and he didn't want it. So, what's going on here? I'll leave it alone. Sorry. So, I thought, well, let's give it a minute. He kind of came to enough to say hi to me and grunt a few times for me. And so I asked him, I said, your breakfast looks good. I don't want it. I said, why? Why don't you? You love breakfast. It's stuff you like. I don't like it. Okay, whatever. We go through that. I've been going through that with him for, about 7 or 8 years now. He tells me he likes something, then he tells me he doesn't. So, whatever. Then I looked a little more closely at the breakfast again. Keeping in mind, my father's a diabetic. His breakfast was half a cup, which is, 4 ounces. Not very big. Serving of scrambled eggs. Nothing on it. That's about the only thing in his breakfast that he should have. The rest of it was carbs. Grits, an English muffin, diced peaches, and there was something else. Oh, just, salt for his eggs, or grits, I guess, which he shouldn't be having. He is nearing dialysis, so let's not add salt to anything. Sugar for his coffee, which fortunately he drinks his coffee black. And grape jelly for his English muffin. Goddamn, you could have given him butter at least. Hell, let him have some butter. It'd be at least some more dense calories than damn grape jelly. Oh, the hospital system with the diabetic diets drive me crazy. I'll tell you personal experience on that one. I went to the ER on my 35th birthday because I was having some unusual symptoms that needed medical attention. Long story short, I had a staph infection, and their testing and blood work showed that I was also diabetic. That was the first I knew of it. So my body was trying to fight staph while being diabetic, which infections and diabetes don't go well together. I was in there for 9 days. Over that time, every meal was so carb heavy. I eventually asked to speak to the dietitian. I knew enough from school and being diabetic and, personal trainer and studying nutrition that I was getting the wrong stuff for a diabetic. Her answer was, you're on a standard 1,800 calorie diet. At that time, I was 425 pounds. So I understand the calorie restriction. I don't understand all the fucking carbs. Made 0 sense. I lost a significant amount of weight while I was in the hospital because I didn't want to eat their shit. And I didn't. I didn't eat the carbs. The only thing they were giving me that I fondly remember was Sprite Zero. At that time, I had stopped drinking soda altogether. So the revelation that there was a diet soda that didn't taste like a diet soda to me was great. And Sarah told me, they have Coke Zero as well. They do? So by God, I started drinking some Coke Zero, and I'm still pretty damn fond of it. But I also, Sarah was kind enough to go to the deli and bring me meat and cheese so I could have some damn protein and fat instead of all those damn carbs. And it helped. My blood sugar went down significantly. My father's blood sugar has been high. And I want to say, yeah, no shit. Look at it, what you're feeding him. I don't know if they're giving him his normal long-lasting insulin. They've been doing short-acting every meal. Checking him 4 times a day, which is just insane to me. His blood sugar numbers were good with a steady dose of a long-lasting insulin, and that's it. He doesn't normally use fast-acting insulin. And I guarantee you they're going to send home fast-acting insulin to use. And they'll give me a sliding scale, and I'll throw all that shit in the trash. Ugh! Anyway. So, after sitting there with him asleep 90% of the time or more that I was there, for about 2 hours. And I don't know that we spoke more than a handful of words because he was asleep. And I wasn't feeling well. But then I started feeling better. And I thought I had not yet had coffee, but I'd had some water, and I might have had a swig of cranberry juice. And then I took with me to the hospital a Coke Zero. Might have been cherry Coke Zero. Either way. And I was thinking, damn, that soda kind of helped settle my stomach. I'm feeling a little better. By the time I was getting ready to leave, I thought, I'm actually hungry. I was not hungry at all yesterday. 0. I ate a tortilla in the afternoon so I could take my morning and lunch pills. And I ate a tortilla close to bedtime so I could take my dinner and bedtime pills. I didn't really want to eat them. I just felt so nauseous and just bleh. Never threw up. Thought I would, but didn't. And then went home, excited to have my normal breakfast. I was tempted to stop and get something. Between the short distance between my house and the hospital, there is a McDonald's and a Bojangles, and they both sounded disgusting. So I was excited to get home, have my normal breakfast. Diabetic granola with sugar-free yogurt, or keto-friendly. It's not completely sugar-free. With pecans, and I actually had a small cup of Catalina Crunch, which is a keto-friendly cereal. And I don't use milk. I use vanilla protein powder. If you eat cereal and you want to change it up a little bit, get you some good vanilla protein. Don't use powder. Get a good pre-made. I like the Fairlife. Anyway. And I ate that, and it didn't go well. It didn't take long before I was in the bathroom. So maybe I don't feel better. Maybe I wasn't hungry. So be it. I ate with that's, by the way, first time I've eaten in the living room in years, because that's normally my father's territory. And if I'm eating, he wants to eat. And if he's eating, I do not want to eat. I don't want to hear him eat, smell him eat, see him eat. So I ate in the living room, watched his big-ass TV for some Premier League action. I'm sorry, Premier League. I've been told I pronounced that incorrectly by a resident of the UK. So I watched the match while I was eating, playing on my phone a little bit, because the match was only interesting, really, from a results standpoint. And then I started working on continuing the cleanup and rearranging. Got a lot done. I'll slip in a little video, maybe. Well, no, because you didn't see it beforehand. Just trust me. Trust me, it's a whole lot different than it was. And I ended up with a pretty decent load in the back of my truck of cardboard to be recycled and stuff to throw away. The old table that held my father's TV previously, that I actually had made in the early to mid 90s and used as furniture myself in an apartment. I want it gone. And besides the fact it's not a particularly attractive piece of furniture, it also has bad memories attached, so I just want it gone. And then 2 boxes that were, I don't know where they were. Where did I get those boxes? I guess they were in my father's bedroom. I thought they were DVDs when I opened them. One was just a bunch of old cruddy paperwork that was irrelevant, and I mean like really old. And the other one was a bunch of notebooks and books and stuff that my parents used for Bible studies at their house. Yes, my incorrigible, that's not the right word. My perverted father used to teach Bible studies. Anyway, so I got that in the truck. I got the furniture in the truck, and then I had another bag that was like a bunch of styrofoam from all the furniture I've assembled in the last couple of days, and with great help from my friend Sarah. She did great helping me assemble the furniture. And, you know, it's a couple just old junky shit that my mom had around. My mom was a rat pack, a hoarder, and just other stuff that there is no use for. So I've got a pretty decent sized load again in the back of the truck that I am on my way right now to the dump. Glad to be emptying the house, decluttering. I don't know about you. I know maybe I'm not really that unique, but I'm sure there are others like me in this regard. But damn, the clutter and junk just drives me nuts and gives me such anxiety. I have one other room in the house that really needs some attention, and then some areas of my bedroom that probably need some attention too. One area in particular, I should say. And I feel relieved immensely that this junk and clutter is getting gone. So yeah, so this is an act of self-care, shall we say, to try and make my life a little less cluttered, and I don't know what else. Anyway, all right, I've talked too long already. Almost to the dump. Well, not really, but I'm getting there. So I'm gonna talk to you later. Bye.